in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Okay, here's what I would have done. Bro, no one cares what you would have done. Actually, everyone cares. Welcome to Let Me Book the Territory, the podcast made for smart marks and nostalgia nerds. Brought to you by the Embrace the Turn-Up Podcast Network. And now your hosts, A-Dub, B.A., E-Ray, and Jmoe.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, neckbeards of all sizes, welcome to another episode of Let Me Book the Territory. It is I, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the man of 7/8 teeth, the American Cream Brody Loads, Macho Man, Vandal Savage, E-Ray at your service, and it looks like half of our team has been mutilated. So they're dead. And I don't know, maybe zombies will come back next week. But I have my trusty sidekick here. Jmoe is alive and well. What's going on, Brody?
What's up, E? It's good to be back. Jmoe had a little business he had to take care of with a major store retailer. Almost burnt the one down to the ground by my apartment. You know, when you go through 3 TVs in 36 hours, shit's getting real. All
right. Maybe you should choose a different TV brand. Stop buying Hachitachi $7.50 just because it's $13. If you buy a flat screen for $13, I'm just telling you right now, Jmoe, it's not built to last.
Oh, it isn't? Because the Hachitachi, that said it came with a free set of boobs, and I never got my free set of boobs. So, yeah, I'm just
Jmoe's
disappointed.
Jmoe's down bad, guys. He's just like, give me those teats. That's not. Yeah, that's false advertisement first and foremost.
Right.
But other than that, I do want to let you know. Hopefully, you have a better time than A-Dub, who is currently battling like all the illnesses. I think like FTR and just all the tag titles are like being waged war inside his body versus like Osmosis Jones and some other people randomly. I don't know. They're there. BA has just been beaten to oblivion by his children. His children decided to revolt against him last week. They like he got the best of them. They planned a mutiny, and then they murdered him. He may be back next week. I don't know, but for right now, those are the reports. I will absolutely tweet a retraction to this story as the story develops. But we're right here, right now. And that's the breaking news. But enough of that. We know why you guys are here. It's time for the wrestling. So, Jmoe.
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's only one way to start. Oh. I know. I can see it in your face. You're brimming with excitement. Like the juices are just percolating in your spirit.
Oh, yeah. Grand Slam.
AEW Grand Slamma Jamma Jamboree, whatever that shit is called. It's here.
Yeah.
Were you like impressed, or did it actually like? How did you do?
So Wednesday nights for me are one of the few nights where I have a bunch of buddies that I game with online where I say, hey, listen, I got a hard stop at 8. Hard stop at 8. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So last night was one of those few nights, especially with AEW Grand Slam, because, you know, you got Mox, You got Bryan, you got Claudio, Jericho, you had the women's 4-way, you had the Acclaimed and Swerve in Our Glory. So I was like, there's all these great matches that they've been building and building and building and building. And that's something AEW's been doing, is they're building. And we're just not randomly throwing, he's just not going to his toy chest and going, okay, so today's match, we got Buzz Lightyear versus Mr. Potato Head. And he's just, picking out random toys and throwing them together. But now we're getting some building. So,
okay. I might give you a little pushback on that, but continue.
But, so, yes, it lived up to the hype to me. But my question for you is, E, what was your most shocking moment of the night and your most disappointing moment of the night?
Ooh, that's a good question. Most shocking moment of the night had to absolutely be the women's tag match, or women's fatal 4-way, whatever you want to call it. See, again, just so many women. They just now, and this is where I will slightly disagree with you. I'll give you a little bit of pushback, because I do feel a little bit of the TK toy box thing going on when he was like, Chris Jericho versus Claudio. Why? That was not building. That should just happen. And then the women, interim champions. Like, so you're right. He's like the wacky inflatable tube man. Yeah, that. He's so excited. So that part was, I would say, again, getting back to it, was the most exciting for me. And not the match. So after all the brutality and shit like that happened, it was kind of like, I'm watching this, but I know, number one, what's going to happen. There was no doubt in my mind that the champ was retaining. It was pretty easy. Toni Storm was going to retain. What I did not necessarily expect was Jamie Hayter to, for whatever reason, merge back with him. It feels like a stop-start. I got to draw parallels for people who are not necessarily as familiar with AEW product. It feels like they're doing a lot of the same shit that they did with Sasha and Bayley, where it was like, we're teasing it. Okay, they're back together for inexplicable reasons. And it's like, just fucking do it. And sure, all that stuff, the wrestling was fine, etc. so forth. And then Toni Storm and company were getting their ass beat. I seen Britt Baker basically broke her nose when Athena did this kind of botch move where she kind of who does that? Is it no I was about to say not Keith Lee, it's my man Top Dollar. He does that. He caught one with a basically a power slam, and the other one on his back with a Samoan drop. When she dropped back and she did the overhead slam, she actually landed on Britt Baker's face. I'm pretty sure her nose was broken, but blood streaming profusely. Yeah. And yeah, I was like, oh shit, we're getting another Britt Baker bloody moment. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, this is about to be something like maybe Thunder Rosa comes back, because that would tie in, long-term booking. But no, to my shock, awe, and surprise, we got Saraya. For anyone who is not familiar with who Saraya is, aka Paige from WWE, This Is My House, WWE super duper star. She has her own movie, like lots of shit.
Two movies,
and I'm just. I got nope. Not gonna fall into that trap card. Fuck that. Yu-Gi-Oh. Nope. And yeah, I was just like, oh my god, I didn't believe that she was back. And then back in AEW, she's had a crazy history of injuries and stuff like that. The last freak injury I want to say happened, 2017, 18 or something like that, with Sasha Banks. And it was just like kind of a freak thing. Sasha Banks gave her a kick and it kind of jostled her, and then she had some neck issues, and then we haven't seen her in the ring since, not in a managerial position or anything. And then she just got released by WWE, like within moments. So yeah, I didn't expect that. It actually kind of got me a little emotional. Felt like a CM Punk return almost, but because I know her story has been a lot of crazy shit. The marriage to Alberto Del Rio, etc., so forth. Just a lot of tumultuous ups and downs in her career, and then the early kind of retirement stuff always does it for me when people can come back from that. So I'm curious what she has in the tank. But that was the most shocking moment to me. How about yourself?
Most shocking moment had to been Jericho beating Claudio. I just didn't see it. Like, again, I made the statement about building and building and building. This one they didn't really build. Jericho just came out on Rampage and was like, "Hey, that's the only belt I've never had that title."
That looks good on me.
That looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
It's like he tried it on at H&M.
Exactly. Yeah,
I like that. $8.99.
Yeah,
mine.
But it was just I just didn't see it coming, and I was just like, I thought they're like, when they finally launched this Ring of Honor TV, whenever we see this, I don't know when we're going to see it. I thought Claudio was going to be the guy going forward because, he can talk on the mic. He's got character, charisma. He's a great wrestler. I was just like, this is just a no-brainer. As soon as he took that title off Jonathan Gresham, I was like, it's a no-brainer. This is who they're going to, go into the next era of Ring of Honor with. But obviously I was wrong. They put it on Jericho. I don't understand it, but
big facts. And now I would ask you, is it possible with the move they just did here, is it possible that it truly was a mistake taking the belt off of Jonathan Gresham in the first place?
Oh yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I'm a big Jonathan Gresham fan. I think he's, in my eyes, he's probably one of the most technological, he's just very savvy in the ring, and just the way he moves and everything. I mean, you could tell he's got a little Bryan Danielson in him. And I was always a big fan of his matches in Ring of Honor, and I thought when he won the title, it was, probably not the best probably wasn't the best, circumstances when he won it because the company was going out of business. But I thought if they ever show up again, that's a great guy to hold the title. And I thought the same way about Claudio because he's a Ring of Honor original. Jericho's never even stepped foot in Ring of Honor or knew what it was.
That's why it's so bad. Like, and truly, it is bad because of that reason. Like, literally, Jericho's like, I just want that belt. It looks nice.
Yeah,
but
looks nice.
Other than him, he's never like wrestled in Ring of Honor. Claudio, Ring of Honor original. So was I don't know if Jonathan Gresham is a Ring of Honor original, but I mean, technically he was never on a big stage anywhere else. So perfectly fine with that just being what it is. Now, the biggest issue for me personally is that Jonathan Gresham kind of held that company through, like you said, the turmoil and the tumultuousness of, we don't exist anymore. But he's showing up on TV defending the title. He had the squid mask. He's a pint-sized fucking Hercules.
Yeah,
I enjoy that. Like, and he had maybe not necessarily the bigger than life, larger than life personality, but that's not really what Ring of Honor is built on. So again, he felt like the guy that they could have elevated if they wanted to, or if they were going to take it off of him, show him the route and have him more prominently on AEW, which we know like a month or two ago, that was the big issue, that he lost the belt. He just essentially found out that he was losing the belt that night. Didn't agree with it. And now we see literally a month or two later, Claudio, who we were like, oh, great, we like this guy. Yeah. He now just loses the belt because Jericho was like, I'm bored. So
I'm bored.
Yeah. Now, to your point, back to your question that you asked, that was my most disappointing moment of the night. And it's unfortunately, it was the opener.
Yeah.
So and it's weird. I'm in a weird space because, you tell me, because I wasn't like super invested in it, but as I started to think about it and unpack it, that's where the disappointment comes from. Because I was like you, I was just like, I didn't see that coming, but I guess. And I don't like it. It feels weird, and even with the Jericho gimmick, sports entertainer stuff, it's like, sure, he has another belt, great, but it was a lot of belt changes and stuff like that, let's say, going on, and this was probably the least popular one to me. So
I got one more question for you. You see, with the belt changes, so Jericho, is like an 8-time world heavyweight champion? I mean, is he just collecting belts just so he can say like, hey, I'm a 14-time world heavyweight champion? But dude, you've won belts like in companies you've never even wrestled in. So like, I just don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. The longevity of Chris Jericho's career is something that's very impressive. But you're just winning belts to win belts. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think honestly, it feels like someone texted me this earlier. They was like, Chris Jericho's booking himself like Triple H in the 90s. And I was like, damn, you're not wrong.
Not wrong there.
Because he's just like, I wonder if he just sits at his house with like a mantle behind him, kind of like if he was a record exec with all the platinum belts, but he just has all the belts around him. Like, yeah, I won that last year. And like, because he just has, like, he's, Jericho's like 72?
Yeah, 72, yeah 72
sure.
Going on 80.
Yeah, old man Jericho. Yeah. And he just keeps winning. And again, I think they started the company. It was one of the things that was like, oh, you can't challenge for the belt again, blah, 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 which was a cool thing that they did. I didn't necessarily like it because I like when your major guys, Jericho being one of the prominent people in AEW, are able to go for the belt. That's fine. But it feels like, oh, we need a loophole, so let's circumvent. Maybe he doesn't need to be in the main picture again, or we'll have him lose, which they did. Anybody who watched Grand Slam or the Prelude to, Chris Jericho did lose. He lost to Brian Danielson. Whatever. Yeah. But now it's like, oh, well, since we couldn't give you the main belt, let's give you the ROH title. Yeah. And I don't want to shit on it because I'm curious what will happen if this leads to some type of like gang wars between the sports entertainers versus the BCC or whatever. Yeah. But just in the moment, it did nothing for me. I was like, okay. Yeah. It fell flat. So
no, I agree. And do you think when the Bucks got suspended, Jericho just went to Tony, just went, "Hey, I know how to book matches. Hi, right here." Just taps him on the shoulder. Ding, ding, ding.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because that's something that great point that you mentioned. AEW's still reeling from like literally 2 weeks ago a wild suspension of their top talents. Yeah. So everything that they just put in place, they are now having to like rebook, reshuffle the deck in a meaningful way. So I think twofold. One, I definitely think that AEW did a great job rebounding because after that fucking, I hate to use this word again, but media scrum, I hate that shit. I will say they bounced back rather nicely with the last 2 weeks of wrestling where we don't have the, and maybe I'm speaking for myself, but I don't have the nasty taste in my mouth of, where's CM Punk? Or, damn, the Bucks aren't here. Like, I kind of forgot about them, honestly, and I'm already moving forward with what they're giving us. So they've done a great job there.
Yeah, I completely 100% agree with you, and I'm a huge Young Bucks fan and a Kenny Omega fan, but I'm just like, all right. Like, I'll take this any day. You give me Pac, Orange Cassidy, which brings me around to my probably my favorite thing in the whole night was that Pac Orange Cassidy match. It's like the first one they did, I think, was at Revolution. I think that was their first one where Orange Cassidy was rolling around in the ring and Pac was trying to kick him and he rolled out and just smiled at him. But like, oh my God, it was just a beautiful written match and performed match. And I enjoyed every minute of it. I mean, Orange Cassidy, he gives the persona that he's just lazy and he doesn't go, but man, that guy can go. Like, they got to find a way to build a story around him to where he gets to the title, because I would love to see an Orange Cassidy title run. Love it.
Yo, it's E-Ray, the quasi bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the side god of pod, and I'm here to tell y'all, come check out my show, Binge Flicks and Chill. You never know what you're gonna get, but we always talking some good shit when it comes to television and the latest movies. So we want to bring y'all in. We want to make sure you have a good time. You learn something, you laugh, you cry, you might stab a nigga or two. I don't know what you're gonna get, but that shit is popping. So come check out Binge Flicks and Chill. And it's me, E-Ray, and I'm out. I don't know if you heard last week, I literally jumped in the podcast for about 10 seconds before Karen Cross choked me out, dragged me away from the mic.
Yeah.
Just before that happened, Dub asked me one thing. He said, who do you have winning the match between Orange Cassidy and Tupac Shakur? I literally said, Orange Cassidy needs to win, but he's not. He's going to have a fantastic match, and then he's going to lose. And it's sad, because I was like, he is just like Bray Wyatt. He is just like some of the other guys, that those gimmicks are just too big for them to actually be like, we don't need to ever have him win. But the problem is, Orange Cassidy is really good in the ring. Really fucking good. And the other problem is, Pac doesn't need that belt. Like, I wanted Miro to take it. Honestly, I wanted Orange Cassidy to take it, but I didn't see it happening, because what I'm going to say, spoiler alert, guys, Orange Cassidy lost to Pac in an incredible match. But I called it last week. Tightest tits in the game, Ethan Page needs that belt. So I'm okay if y'all don't pull the quick switch Rooney and you don't go from the world title sub-Saharan Atlantic Championship of Harriet Tubman's leadership. If you don't go from there, from Pac directly to Orange Cassidy to Ethan Page, so that's clearly his intentions. I'm fine with if you don't do that, but you now start that program between Ethan Page and Pac, which I'm definitely afraid that they may not do because of the outcome of that match. So what were your thoughts on the ending of the match? Because the match undeniably was great, but it was the ending that kind of left me a little like, interesting choice.
Yeah. I felt like it kind of ended kind of a little abruptly with the hammer, the hit of the head on the hammer. I was just like, you really didn't need that. Like, Pac could have had what's Pac hit? Is it still called the Red Arrow, or his little move that he does off the ring where
it's called I Ain't Mad at You.
Okay.
Brenda's baby. Brenda's got a baby. That's what it was.
Yeah,
sure.
But like I thought,
I get around.
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
That's it. Yeah,
that's
it. I thought didn't it used to be called I Have Daddy Issues? Because that's what he looks like. He has daddy issues. Pac looks like.
Hey, Tupac Shakur can do all things. I think it's called Juice. I don't know.
Yeah, but I was just I didn't like the hammer, the ending of the match with the hammer, because you didn't have to involve that. I don't know if they're trying to get Pac over as a heel, but it's not going to work because he's with the Lucha Brothers, who are faces, are huge faces. And I was just like, that made absolutely no sense to me. You could have ended it clean and it would have been fine.
Okay, so tell me this. How would you have booked that match? The ending. Say we go back, rewind, chop that shit off. Yeah. He doesn't grab the hammer. Go.
So doesn't, it gets Cassidy, or let's just say there's a suplex that, Cassidy ducks out of. Cassidy hits the ropes, goes to the orange punch. Pac catches it, reverses it, gets on the ropes. I think it's called the neutralizer, actually. Does his little flippy move or whatever it's called. And yeah. And then you could have ended it like that in a clean way. And I would have been okay with it, because and I know the orange punch is just a Superman punch, but like the way he hits it and like different angles, like the way the camera angle catches it on sometimes in the ring, and I've seen the orange punch in action. It's really it's just a unique version of a Superman punch because just the way he catches it.
So I know you've seen the orange punch,
Mm-hmm.
but have you actually tasted orange punch?
Oh, High C orange punch? Yeah, that's my shit.
Is it delicious?
Oh, it's delicious. Fergalicious, as one would say.
Nope. I don't think anyone was, I don't think anyone says that. But and I don't know, orange punch. See, I'm more of a carbonated gentleman myself.
Okay.
I was like Kale from Kenan and Kel.
Ooh.
Orange soda.
Yeah.
So delicious.
Yeah. That's my favorite soda of all time, orange soda.
Is it?
Yes.
You're a liar.
No, dead serious. Fanta orange soda.
But say which brand? Fanta. I don't trust Fanta. Isn't Fanta from like Detroit or something?
Yeah.
No, that's Faygo. That's Faygo.
Faygo. Yeah, Faygo. But Faygo makes a good orange soda too.
I'm gonna get away from that. I don't like either. I think Sunkist was my favorite orange soda. Cause back long time ago, back when E-Ray was a wee little lad, in my grandmother's house, they would always throw these big barbecues, catfish fries, blah blah blah, etc. so forth. They would put the cooler down, big ass cooler full of ice and beverages, and there was always about 3 to 4 different drinks in there. It was Miller High Life. Hey, that was my grandparents drinking. I don't know why, because I wouldn't drink that shit now. And like, I'm an adult now. I'm like, oh, what is this shit?
Yeah.
Like, do better, grandmother. Be like, drink craft beer or something. Like, it'd be great if I went back in time and like introduced my grandparents to like what's the shit called? I was just thinking like Oktoberfest. What's the orange one? The one with the orange.
Oh, Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
Yeah.
Oh my god! If I gave my grandmother a Blue Moon, I might not be born. She'd be like, my mother would have been born with like deficiencies. My grandmother would have loved orange. Yeah. Blue Moon is incredible. She would have been pregnant, like hitting 3 brews a day. It'd been crazy. But neither here nor there. Miller High Life, definitely a Pepsi of some sort. Brisk iced tea.
Okay.
That's brisk, baby. Damn right. And then Sunkist orange. And I would just, and back in then, I'm sure my kidneys were like taking a fucking beating like Rocky 5 back in the day, because I would just chug like 6 or 7 little 8-ounce sodas like all the time. I was fucking always drinking them. So yes, love orange soda. Orange punch, not so much, because it's just too, like, I don't know. I don't like non-carbonated things. Freaks me out. But with that said, as far as the actual match, and even just moving forward, like the fallout from that match, where do you see them trying to go now with Tupac Shakur?
I don't know, because the ending of that match, like I said, it just
was
left
so
me,
weird, right?
It was so weird because I was like, he's with the
because
who are so hot right now, and I was just.
Let me say this, because I think this is the thing for me. They're trying to portray Pac as AEW itself. I think they do a misstep with trying to have inner storyline just within the match or the feud itself that does not resonate outside of everything else that goes on in the company. So Pac is basically like, you don't belong in the ring with me. Like Orange Cassidy's a bum.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just like a technical savant, blah, 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 blah. Great. But he grabs a fucking hammer and smacks him in the head. And then it's like, whoa. And the referee's looking at him like, the fuck just happened? He's like, oh, I don't know. What happened? And he's all fucking shocked and shit. And it's just weird, because now he would go on like that doesn't feel like your champion, your transatlantic Transylvania champion. That doesn't feel right. Yeah. Nor does that type of action feel like it's cohesive with what's going on with Death Triangle, the Lucha Bros being the trios champions. So we're still getting some weird fallout from the Bucks and the suspensions, etc., so forth. But that was my big thing there. That I was like, just doesn't feel right. So I don't know where they're going with this. I did love the match though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But do you see maybe a Pac versus Orange Cassidy 2 or a continuation of this feud? Or do you think you want to just cut that shit off?
So the only continuation of the feud I see is the Best Friends versus the Lucha Bros again for those trios titles, and then somehow you get a 5 to 10 minute match, mini match between Pac and Orange Cassidy again.
Great,
but maybe instead of Orange Cassidy hitting the orange punch, he hits him with the hammer or something.
Oh, yeah, with the sun kiss.
The sun kiss.
Yeah, got a little more to it. Yeah. Like that. Or he does the orange punch with the hammer in his hand.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean that's the only continuation I can see of this, because I clearly think that Ethan Page is coming for that North American, Atlantic, Pacific, Indian
Ocean Championship.
Yeah, Indian Ocean Championship. Yeah. I don't understand how
championship. Yeah,
exactly. I don't understand Johnny Appleseed belt. I don't understand how he can challenge for it. He's in Canada. There's no oceans up there in Canada.
I was about to say that's not an ocean. The Saskatchewan. Just whatever.
The Saskatchewan River.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, fuck Canada. I don't give a shit about Canada.
Moose Jaw.
Canada's actually kind of cool. Like, a lot of great things come from Canada, but for all intents and purposes, for Let Me Book the Territory, fuck Canada. Anyway.
But we do love Ethan Page.
Yes, tightest tits in the game.
Tightest tits in the game, yes.
And my namesake. So, hey. Yeah. We share energies. We're very well dressed. Very, very jacked individuals. I'm putting myself in that jacked category too. No, it's complete lies, but still, I'm gonna say it because nobody can see me. So fuck off. I'm jacked.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, I know, right? You just see the guys on Let Me Book the Territory. We're all former bodybuilders. If you didn't know, like after this, you want to go get a lift in, bro? You want to get swole?
Yeah, you just want to go sniff some protein.
Whoa!
Powder?
I was like, what? You want to go? No, I don't. I don't do drugs unless they're steroids because I love a good pump. Yes, but neither here nor there. Another Grand Slam, shocking, or I mean, maybe not shocking if you're Ethan, but other people were shocked. But we have new tag team champions. Scissor Me Jmoe.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you heard that noise, that's Jmoe scissoring himself. He's just having a scissor me daddy party. Yeah. And it's wild.
No one wants to scissor Jmoe.
Yeah. Not even his lovely
Gaby.
Yeah. She's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. She doesn't want
like, come on. She's like, nah, I'd rather wash dishes. And he's like,
yeah.
Jeez. Like, I know. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
It's all right.
I know. Just take a deep breath, and I'll coach you into this later. Like, you gotta approach her the right way. You gotta take care of your woman and say, "Listen here, baby.
Yeah.
It's scissor me timbers time," and works 60% of the time. Works every time. You know.
Okay. So just suplex her on the bed.
Yes.
Yeah. Fallaway slam.
Yes, because she's so surprised that like she doesn't know what to do. It's almost like a surprise roll up.
Yeah.
But the actual force of the fallaway slam blows her clothes completely off.
Yeah.
And it's
like,
yeah. You know.
And then I hit her with the power bomb sympathy, and then I go, pin me, daddy.
Please. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how it goes down in Jmoe's bedroom. Just letting you know. This is why he went through 3 different televisions in 5 hours. Like, because it has a whole woman's back print through his television. Whoops. Like, it's not durable enough to take that pounding. Like, no. Thankfully, you have a warranty. But with that said, new champions, ladies and gentlemen. Swerve and Our Glory did their thing. they rematched with the Scissor Guys, with the Acclaimed, and we got brand new champions. Jmoe, I loved this match. I love the first match more, though. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And what did you think when they got the 1, 2, 3? What were your first thoughts?
So they set it up pretty good on last week's Dynamite, especially with that promo that they cut, the Acclaimed. And I was like, well, they're winning next week. There's no doubt in my mind. Like, oh, okay, well, that's going to happen. I mean, I knew it was going to happen the whole entire match. I knew Billy was going to get involved somehow, some way, or Daddy Ass, sorry.
Yeah. Calling a grown man daddy ass, by the way, is wild. But I love it. I got to. I gotta keep it real.
I mean, but I remember hearing them saying last night, though, this just could have been me, but I thought I heard him say if Billy gets involved in any way, the Acclaim are disqualified, and I was like, okay. All right.
They said that when Swerve and Billy Gunn got into it, they started doing a face-off, and right at that moment, Shivani was like, but they know if Swerve and blah, blah, blah get into it, they'll be disqualified. That's when Keith Lee pulled them off. Yeah. And then, but they played it, and they kind of played around with that as well, with the back turned of the referee, and that's when he got caught the famouser.
Yeah. But back to it though, but like, the Acclaimed, congratulations, you guys deserve it. I'm very happy for them. They're one of my favorite tag teams, but like, they're an AEW original. Like, if you remember when they first debuted, they debuted during the pandemic, and everyone was kind of like, I mean, all 20 people that were in Daly's place were just kind of like
the sectioned off crowd. It was like
they were all
people
just
over here.
Yeah, they're all just kind of looking at each other like, who the hell are these guys? And now they're one of the hottest tag teams.
Yeah, that music, I'm sure, because it doesn't do much for them.
No.
When you first hear it, if you don't have any type of like emotional connection to it, you're not like, oh, this book. Like, because I remember when Max Castro was coming out first, I was like, oh, this is like a corny Johnson. I'm like, this beat don't slap. Like, it just sounds like bow, bow, bow. It kind of sounds like the fuck is that kid? I Love College kid.
Oh, that's Mac Miller, R.I.P.
That's not Mac Miller. Disrespect.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. That's Asher Roth.
Yes, there you go.
Thank you.
Sorry. I was like, you better know your white people. Caucasian correspondent. He's like, oh, Mac Miller, rest in peace, R.I.P. Sweet baby. Like, wait, hold up. That's not the right dude at all. You just killed Asher Roth. You just murdered him. Jesus Christ. Right. But yeah, I Love College. That's what the beat sounds. Bow, bow, down. I was like, what is this? And then he comes out and starts a little rap, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then last night it all came to a culmination with the raps. They had DJ Who Kid and Fab come out. Yeah, that was beyond random. But whatever, because AEW loves random rappers. They don't fight. They don't throw punches. Unless you're Kevin Gates. Sorry. Yeah. Kevin Gates ain't on that shit. He had sex with the plug's daughter, and he will punch you in the face. So that's a thing. But outside of that, the rappers just kind of peruse to the stage or something. And then they disappear. Yeah. We'll get back to that later. But, I felt like, okay, the Acclaimed Max Caster dropped some bars about the Black Little Mermaid. Loved it. He had some nice little quick jabs, and he actually was sped it up because you could tell he was excited. So he wasn't in the normal pocket, which I noticed. I don't know if you noticed, because I know we talked about that about like their raps and things of that nature. What were your thoughts?
I thought his glory hole reference was really good.
Hilarious.
That's like every week when I watch AEW on Wednesday, I'm first to see like what the match card is. Second, I see if the Acclaim's on, who they're fighting, and what Caster's gonna say. I just wait for it. Hole. Yeah, swerve in our glory hole. But like you said, with like the DJ Woohoo and Fabulous, they just went and sat. They just went and sat next to each other like, hey, no big deal. Like the two tag teams that we're representing are fighting and we're just going to sit next to each other.
To DJ Yoo-Hoo,
sorry.
who I don't know I don't even know if that's a real person, but sorry to you. First and foremost, Jmoe is the Caucasian correspondent for a reason. He has no idea about most of these affairs in the black culture. It's okay.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Smiles, a.k.a. Hip Hop Adam Schefter, a.k.a. LaJosh James, a.k.a. for all the ladies, the Chocolate Sauce Bandit. You already know what it is. Tune into an Audible Ruckus every week. And don't forget to check out my two shows at Shot vs. Smiles and Music Impulse on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, Amazon Music, whatever. Tune in. It's your boy Smiles, and I'm out.
But I'm just... and his name is DJ.
Oh, sorry. But I do know who Fabulous is, though.
Do you?
Yes,
you do. But more importantly, do you know how to spell his name?
Didn't he write a song about it?
I mean, maybe 1 or 75. Probably. Say it with me, Jmoe. Fabulous. Absolutely not how you spell fabulous, but that's how he spells fabulous. Yes, we'll don't worry, audience. We will make Jmoe listen to the best of Fab after this podcast immediately. He'll come back next week spitting bars and also blanking out the N-words in every single lyric. So you stay tuned for that. If you lose a bet, that's definitely going to be your punishment on Twitter, and you don't have to do it live. So if you mess up on one of those words, guess what, buddy? It's fucking over for you.
Get the honky.
But get up. Other than that, though, I really thought the match had a lot of heat to it. I wish, my only wish, I would say, because just like you, I knew that the Acclaim were going to win. So it took a little bit of the excitement off of it, because I mean, honestly, prior to, I enjoyed the Acclaim's matches. I enjoyed their shtick, and that's the thing for me. It was exciting to watch them, but last week, or when they had their match, it really turned a corner when I was like, oh, this is like good. And then because of the crowd, the switching of momentum, so it meant that Keith Lee and Swerve actually start working a lot more heel, and I love that. This match, it felt more even again. Am I crazy on that, or did you get more like the heel vibe?
I felt it was very evened out. You could tell Keith Lee struggles working as a heel. You could just tell. I know.
Such a good guy.
Yeah, he's like, I just hate getting booed.
I gotta punch him in the dick.
Mia's gonna hate me for this.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Mia Yim. I seen her at Impact, or I seen her outside of the Impact venue randomly on a Sunday when I was about to have brunch. I was like, I know those Yims.
Yeah.
Anyway. Outside of that, I really did enjoy the match. Again, this ending, it felt a little like contrived because of the Billy Gunn thing, and then they lost. I wish they would have worked a little bit more heel. That would have been a lot cooler for that comeuppance. Because if you're working heel, then you get a little bit of the face heat. I'm fine with that, but because it was so even, it kind of felt like it cheapened the match a little bit. Maybe that's why when I watched it to its end, I was like, I'm happy for them, because as you said, they are probably, to me, the first breakout homegrown AEW talent. I thought it was gonna be Sammy, and he's had so many stops and starts. Sammy Guevara. I thought it was gonna be what's our Daredevil boy constantly dies?
Darby Allin, Nitro Circus.
Yes. Darby dead. Every time I see him do, I was like, oh, he instantly makes me excited for him. But again, they kind of like, it's just been like slow goings for them. So that was another one that was like not quite there, and out of nowhere, the fucking Acclaimed just really kind of ground up. They got. I remember Bowens got hurt.
I thought that was going to
actually,
kill their momentum as soon as Bowens got hurt. I thought they were done.
I did too. And also, I seen Max Caster, one of the times he had got, basically they almost got like, not fired, but they got relegated to AEW Dark and like some type of weird suspension type deal after one of his raps had supposedly went too far. So they had a lot of interesting things happening to them, but for them to make it to this mountaintop, for them to have the heater of Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn, like I'm really excited for those guys. And not to mention, after all of those other things, the fact that Anthony Bowens, first openly gay man to hold a world championship in, I guess, AEW, I would say. I don't know if all promotions, but AEW for sure. I thought that was really dope because I am a huge Anthony Bowens fan. I think he's super dope, great physique. He great on the mic, hilarious. He's the one who's been getting this scissor thing over like from jump, and I was like, I don't know why this is so funny to me, but I crack up every time. And this is like at least a year ago of this type of shenanigans. So I really enjoyed that. But yeah, so salute to those guys. Good job for them winning. I hope maybe we get a rematch and that allows Swerve and Our Glory to be a lot more heelish, trying to get it back, and it doesn't work, and then we see something different from there. So that's my hope, but I really enjoyed it. So that was another great like championship match, because again, Grand Slam was fucking slamming with all these matches. But let's speed it up here. We got through most of the matches.
Moxley, Danielson.
That's the last one, right?
Yeah.
So after the Saraya come out, that was huge pop. I was so excited. She didn't wrestle. She didn't hit any moves. They gave us about 30 or 25 minutes with with matches and everything like that. Of like, let's get it started. And here we go. Jon Moxley versus fellow Blackpool Combat Club member, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. It was hype. I was excited. And it wasn't like, hey guys, we're gonna be great sportsmen. They was like, look, we're gonna do our shit. We're gonna get our shit in. And the whole time William Regal's on the sideline. It's like, I told these guys, hey, they train together, so they're going to kill each other. And I was like, yep.
Sign me up.
I'm with it. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That was
brutal. Like, just chop after chop. Love that shit. Well, how did you? I guess let me ask it in a different way. With this match, going into it, did you feel it lived up to what you expected it to be, or did you have like a different way that you?
So, before I answer your questions, I was very disappointed at the very beginning because we didn't see baby Kevin Federline come out and rap.
Oh, you wanted some more of that? It's my time. Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Like, who is that? Is that MGK mixed with fucking? I was like, mixed with Ashley Simpson. I don't know who the fuck. I did think that was a woman.
I was like, whoa! I didn't realize his music was sung by a man. Jesus, he must be a Brimo buddy. They must wear hemp clothes together. Yeah. But so. I didn't like this match as much as I liked the first match they had when they became the Blackpool Combat Club. That match was awesome because they were just bleeding like pigs on the floor.
Yeah, and you didn't notice they
come together.
It was just like abuse.
So
and it was fun.
The match was great. I liked it. I just didn't like it as much as the first time they fought. But it also feels weird because Bryan doesn't feel like he's part of the Blackpool Combat Club. Because remember, when he got hurt, Cesaro had to take his place in the AEW Forbidden Door match against Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
So it just felt he's still in the club, but it just feels different than it. I don't know. It feels like he's just kind of an outsider in that club.
I got a suggestion why that might be. I think it's highly possible that you feel that he's just outside of the club, or at least not as much inside the club, if you will, because his motif or his motivation behind AEW, it seems like, is he just wants to wrestle who he wants to wrestle. So it's not like I'm coming out here, I'm kicking ass. Because Wheeler Yuta, that was like, hey, we're establishing Wheeler Yuta as a force now. Because before he was just coming out with the best friends. Didn't really work. Soon as that blood and all that shit happened, changed him up. And now that was a big thing. This with Claudio, he didn't have to bleed for it, but very still like, hey, he's one of the guys. Yeah. We get it. With Mox bleeds every damn match. So again, I think Mox just walks out. He just yawns, wakes up. Oh God, what is this? He may be a hemophiliac. He might just be, oh God, I'm bleeding. He sneezed too hard. He's bleeding. And it's just one of those things. So he's one of those guys as well and I think they've done a lot to establish Mox as a top guy. Bryan Danielson, American Dragon, he just is a top guy. So he wrestles everybody and it feels big, but he's just not winning per se. So it's like, maybe he's like the Blackpool Combat Club feels like its own aggressive thing. And Daniel Bryan's like, I'll wrestle anybody. I don't care. Bryan Danielson's like, I'll wrestle whoever. I just want to have, and he's putting on good matches. Like Garcia, great match. Chris Jericho, great match. Both matches Moxley. With Moxley, great matches. Like he's beating other people too. He's beating the hell out of people. It's great. It's good times. So I think that might be why, just like creatively, he doesn't necessarily feel like gang, because he's just like, I'm out here doing what I want. But at the same time, I don't think he necessarily needs to feel like that again, because he also doesn't wear the merch. Yeah, that's probably it. I was gonna say, I said all that to say, and he doesn't wear the merch. Like if you're a Crip, you kind of can't just be wearing like yellow and green. Like you wear the colors, bro. Like it's a uniform. Put it on. Yeah. So you don't see him in that. So I assume, and you know, Moxley, Yuta, even Claudio, they're down for the cause. I'm pretty sure that suit that William Regal is wearing definitely. Oh yeah,
he opens up the jacket. It's inside the jacket.
Yeah, it's like stretch cotton too and shit. So you know how. But I really enjoyed the match myself. I thought it was fun. It was definitely brutal. I think both of their chests probably looked like hamburger meat afterwards because it was mad chops, stiff kicks, Timberlands to the back. Bryan Danielson hit him with all those shin guards straight to the tits. Yeah. It was crazy. I enjoyed it, but it just didn't seem like it had as much intensity as the other one had. But I was surprised. I thought Bryan Danielson was going to take it, and I was like, that would be dope because Bryan Danielson can go, and then that means you can still get Moxley taking his vacation, but they're still all in the club, so they rock with each other. And because Claudio just lost his title, makes sense. Cool. Wheeler Yuta just lost his title. Makes sense that, you know, kind of changing the torch. Daniel Bryan's in there. Or Bryan Danielson. I will interchange this name the entire podcast, ladies and gentlemen. So just know who I'm talking about. The guy from Seattle. But be that as it may, no, I think they really established that, hey, Renee, you'll never get a vacation because Moxley is once again the champion for like the 5th time, and is it only 3?
He beat Jericho, and then he lost to Kenny.
His original,
and then he won the tournament to become the interim AEW World Champion, and then he won it again.
Then he lost again. And then he won again.
It's 3. Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, honestly, the last 2 just happened within the 2 weeks. So maybe that's why it feels like more. But yeah, crazy enough. Moxley's the guy, and I mean, again, I'm excited for him because this is the potential that he never was able to reach in WWE. He's reaching, and I think I said it like maybe 2 weeks ago on the pod. He's reaching that Stone Cold 1999-ish type vibe where it's just like Moxley is the guy, and it's great for him because I love seeing his match. I love his intensity. He clearly cares about the company. He takes the company on his back. Not in the case of like a Kenny or Cody, how they were doing it, but he feels like just the blood and spirit of the company, which I can't help but
completely
appreciate.
100% agree with you.
But I don't know. I still would have just wished I kind of just wanted to see Bryan Danielson with the belt because he's such a wrestler's wrestler that I just wanted to see him with the belt. But I get it. Moxley's great and he's on fire. This is his time, so not mad at it. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Grand Slam. Fucking an hour's worth of Grand Slammage. And guess what? There's more. Yeah. Because tomorrow or today, if you're listening to this, we'll have Friday Night Rampage.
Grand
Isn't
Slam.
it 2 hours?
There's no way I'm staying up till midnight.
Grand Slamma Jamma. Part 2.
Staying up till midnight if you're on the East Coast. No way.
Right. So apparently in that one, I don't know all the matches, but Trina's gonna be there. Yeah. The baddest chick. Trina and Diamante versus the baddies. Mate, I don't know if Trina is gonna actually wrestle, but she was in her corner just like DJ Yahoo. DJ Quickie Mart, whatever you want to call him, whatever Jmoe said. So that's one of the matches.
That's the only one that I know of, really.
Yeah, I can't think of the other matches that are going on there, but is it wasn't. Oh well, I guess the one other thing that we didn't really mention was MJF sitting in the sitting suite, like not in the ringside, but in the fucking suite with this big ass poker chip,
just like popping popcorn.
Oh, that looked like that hurt. Yeah. Ridiculous. Yeah. It was very clear that they were absolutely not going to cash in at any point in time during this match, which I thought would have been real. It would have made it more epic, but it didn't happen. So there's that. But what did you think about the MJF?
Oh God, I loved it. Where he called Tony a fat prick.
I didn't catch that. I just seen him push him, and I laughed my ass off. He was like, he just pushed Tony Schiavone.
Sold it. He just got the shit kicked out of him.
And in that same promo, he told Wheeler Yuta, he said, "Congratulations, your personality graduated from wet paint drying to a pet rock." And I was like, Jesus, like this man is just slaughtering him. And he said some funny shit about Daniel Bryan. Said his brain was like scrambled eggs or something.
And then you got Regal over there just popping pills. And then he called him the Blackpool Cuckold Club. But we were talking about Grand Slam Night 2E. But I'm more excited to see what's on the other promotion because we're all getting the promos of 923, Jefferson Airplane, the White Rabbit. I'm very interested about this because I like how they're playing this because today I listened to the White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. First of all, no one in their right mind should listen to that music unless you're on thousands of drugs.
And the lyrics, correct me if I'm wrong, excuse me, says,
yes, eat your head. Yeah, she screams it at the end. Yeah.
I'm like, I thought that was one of those cases where I just be saying shit wrong because I've done that in my time. Like, I just be listening to songs and I just say it a certain way because I heard it as a kid. But I was like, that's probably they're not saying eat your head.
So I'm very curious about this because everyone thinks it's Karrion Kross because he's the White Rabbit in Lucha Underground. But So I watched a video today on YouTube where they did it on Raw.
Pause. 1 second. Let me just.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Smiles, aka Hip Hop Adam Schefter, aka LaJosh James, aka for all the ladies, the Chocolate Sauce Bandit. You already know what it is. Tune into an Audible Ruckus every week, and don't forget to check out my 2 shows at Shot vs. Smiles and Music Impulse on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, Amazon Music, whatever. Tune in. It's your boy Smiles, and I'm out.
Just for the audience, just so everybody can keep up. We're discussing, we have now moved from AEW to the WWE promos that have been happening, where they're actually discussing this White Rabbit figure. I was like, I don't know if it's actually the name or it's just allusions. And I love this because, of course, it's not just blatantly in your face. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's a lot of mystery around it. So there's been little internet videos, clips of the music playing, the White Rabbit song playing in the empty arenas. And then there's also like this little random internet clip game thing.
The QR
like
code.
A little bouncing rabbit.
I scanned it.
Yeah, some weird shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
so
shit.
when you scan it,
put porn on your phone? Be careful. Don't just scan shit. You're going to put like child porn on your phone.
Crap.
So
no, I scanned it, and it's like a game of Hangman, but the rabbit's just bouncing around, and it says, so the thing says who killed the WWE, and then the Hangman game spells out you did.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I didn't read who killed the WWE. I thought I said who killed.
Oh no, you're right. Who killed me? Sorry, that's right. Not WWE. Who killed me? You're right. It is that, and then it spells out you did. So I was watching this video where they played White Rabbit on Monday Night Raw, and they had black and white balloons on the rings, and then the lights go red, and then when she hits that high note at the end, there's these like the ring posts turn into lamps, and that lamp looks like a certain somebody's lamp. A lantern. Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit happening. That's
so it's very interesting, and it's everyone thinks it's Karrion Kross because of the White Rabbit thing, but it's got to be Bray because the rabbit goes back to his Fiend days, and the lanterns that we're seeing go back to his Bray Wyatt days. It's got to be him. The weird music. It's all Bray-esque. It all feels very Bray-ish, and I'm here for it. I love the mystery. When was the last time we had like good WWE mystery shit? And this is again sans the Triple H era, because Triple H has been throwing random shit at us that is great. Here's some comebacks. Here's some guys we ain't seen in forever. Oh, they signed them back. This is happening. Great stuff. Solo Sikoa coming up, etc. Yeah. Before this, when was the last time you had a really good unexpected
like WWE
debut? Yeah.
How
about Chris Jericho when he came in WWE? The first time was Y2J when he interrupted The Rock with the countdown to the Millennium. That was awesome. That was incredible. I like that a lot.
That wasn't the last time, was it?
No.
I hope not. That was like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Can you wait? So, okay, I want to do this. Let's have some fun with this really quickly. Instead of like, we know who we want it to be. What would be the biggest letdown that it could be for you? Let me ask you that.
The biggest letdown. It's got to be my boy. What's his name? Leon Ruff, the guy that the U.S. title barely fit around his waist.
Oh my god, he besmirched the lineage. Shout out to I'm rooting for everybody black, but Leon Ruff, bro, you besmirched my title. The North American title has one of the best lineages of all active belts, and that's a stain on it, having this dude that's like 100 pounds.
Yes.
Period. I'm like, what the fuck is this? That pissed me off. But that would be a big letdown. I got one that's feasible that still would be quite a bit of a letdown. because of all of this, what do you want to call it? Because of all this internet stuff, and the rabbit, and even like the little things kind of remind me of the Matrix. I think back with Neo. I think even the last Matrix 4 used this song for their promo. Right. So I want to say, to me, it would be a letdown if Mustafa Ali actually was the White Rabbit character or something like that. It was just more so because apparently prior to the debacle that was Retribution, he was supposed to debut as this like hacker character, and then they kind of just dropped it and just added him into Retribution and just made that a thing. It would be cool, but it wouldn't be Bray Wyatt cool. So that in itself just becomes a letdown. So I can imagine like all this fucking crazy build up, and then it's just like Ali in a hoodie, and he's like, yeah, Mustafa Ali, and his light up glow arm, like he's Sub-Zero again. I'm like, very disappointing to me. I would not enjoy it, but it's highly possible.
I mean, it's WWE. Anything's possible. The other thing I could have thought it may be, and I don't know if I haven't heard anything about her lately, is Nixon Newell. She was oh God, what was she? She was
is this another Piper Niven?
She was
Scarlett Bordeaux or
Nixon Newell's her real name. Situation? She was Dakota Kai's best friend before Dakota Kai turned on her.
Oh, I just was thinking about her the other day.
Remember when she? Yeah. Oh God, what is her name?
Damn it. It's in my head and I can't think of it.
Tegan Knox.
Tegan
Knox. Yeah, so I thought maybe it could have been her, because remember when she came back the last time, she did those like cool vignettes that when she showed up on NXT, they kind of look like Captain Marvel's pager. Okay.
I don't.
It was black and gold NXT days.
I believe.
I thought maybe it might have been her, but then when I saw the Raw video, I was like, it's got to be Bray, especially with the lanterns.
Man,
I need Bray back in my life too.
I need Triple H in charge Bray, because the shit with the lantern, the shit with John Cena, let's take a moment and just really go through the greatness of Bray Wyatt and some of the cool shit that happened. For sure, the Muscle Man
dance,
and then the NWO Cena shit, where that match was incredible to me, because it was like in that time where they were doing the pre-recorded matches and they hadn't kind of quite perfected them, and I think out of that era only 2 matches worked. It was that one with John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, and we were like, what the fuck did we just see? Is Bray Wyatt inside of John Cena's brain and taking them on like a journey or some shit? And then Undertaker versus AJ Styles.
Yep.
Those are the only 2 that worked. All the other pre-recorded matches were either I'll allow it, like Mello versus Crazy Eyes, and they did the haunted
Dexter
shit.
Loomis,
Dexter Loomis haunted.
What about was it Viking Raiders? Where they had they had
ninjas,
Tozawa chasing him around with the ninjas.
I was like, what the fuck? I didn't understand why I was watching.
Yeah,
why I was watching it. It didn't make sense. But yes, Bray Wyatt did that. He had the original "Anyone But You" Roman chants, and that, if for anybody who wasn't watching wrestling at that point, Bray Wyatt just undressing Roman Reigns verbally in the ring. Roman, you don't deserve a championship. You've been put on, but you will never be liked. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Fuck that. Whatever he's saying, I like it. And he's just saying anybody but you. That means Vince McMahon could be champion. Stephanie McMahon could be champion. Triple H could be champion. Like, R-Truth can be world champion. Anybody but you, fucking Roman Reigns, because you've been in the main event 82 times. Love that, Bray Wyatt. That's probably one of my favorite things since beat up John Cena. Those will stick in my mind as like incredible. And what's one of your favorite Bray Wyatt moments? Because we're gonna conjure up the memory of Bray by actually remembering Bray.
I loved when Bray came out with the Wyatt family because he had Rowan and Harper with him. And then he brought Strowman into the mix as well. But the thing that I liked every week is he talked about Sister Abigail. And I was like, so when are we going to see Sister Abigail? Who is Sister Abigail? And it was just every week there was something about Sister Abigail. And I loved how he kept teasing it and just it never evolved into anything because he eventually morphed into the Fiend. But I really enjoyed it.
But so did you know? And this is according to Dub, that it was slated for him to actually come out cross-dressing trans Bray as Sister Abigail. That was supposed to happen. But apparently it was on one of those cards. I want to say Elimination Chamber. Correct me if I'm wrong, internets. I know you guys like to do that. It was one of those pay-per-views where everybody got sick. It was like something was going around. Everybody got sick, so everybody had to drop out. They switched the cards around, and Bray could not do that. So he ended up not wrestling. And then I think that was the same one where, it might have been Fastlane, actually, when or something like that, where Kurt Angle ended up coming in.
Okay.
Because Roman couldn't be there. So it was a bunch of. I think that's when Bray was supposed to come out as Sister Abigail. Yeah. That would have been weird. So lots of weird shit like that. I mean, the Sister Abigail thing was okay because I like the crazy rocking chair or the thought that maybe his actual sister got
burned.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm sick. I know, but that's what I was thinking. That was it.
I also like his random entrances in the ring where like the lights would go out and you'd see the quick vignettes and then boom, they would be there.
Weird.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. So let me ask you this then, because great point. What was your favorite Bray version of Bray entrance? What was it? Was it the Wyatt family Bray?
The Fiend.
Or
love the Fiend. Okay. It was awesome and he had the lantern of the guy's face and man, it was awesome. I know.
His own head.
And it was so great. Like, I wish the Fiend just would have been, and his entrance to the ring where they would just square off parts of the screen that would black out, and then all of a sudden you would hear it, and it was just, oh man, it was awesome. I used to work out to Fiend song. I love that song.
It is a kind of deep heavy metal cut. I was like, I kind of fuck with this. It slaps. So I did enjoy that.
My question to you: does it slap as much as Gavin McGraw? I'm Not Over You, though. Okay.
Nah, not at all. That's my shit. Can you imagine the Fiend coming out to Gavin DeGraw? Dreams. That's where
Bray would be like
Fiend. Right. Oh, that's there you go. Yeah. That's the Bray Wyatt thing. We're all friends. Not over you. That would be incredible. That's how Bray comes back. Like the Fiend comes out, scary white rabbit shit, and then Gavin DeGraw starts playing. People
you just see Gavin DeGraw smack down,
and then the Fiend comes up. That would be incredible. I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be. Bray Wyatt. Love it. This is great. Hey, Triple H, sign me up. I am here. I'll take literally a payout. You can just pay me for the shit you use. I don't even require a salary. I mean, it's easy as that, guys.
Put us in the video game.
I would love to see. Oh yes, just a random security guard. Me. It's like Ethan, the security guard. Then I get my ass whipped by everybody.
By Hank, the security guard in NXT.
I was thinking that. I was like, yeah, I'm just like Hank the security guard. Great. I think honestly that's the biggest thing that happened on the main roster. So we'll be waiting for that
tomorrow, 9/23, yeah.
Today.
Yep.
Yeah, the White Rabbit stuff. So we'll keep you guys informed how that goes down. I mean, all the storylines are progressing as usual, so we don't need to harp on that. But one big thing that did come out before we go to NXT, No More 2.0.
I know.
Just NXT. Before we get to that, there was an announcement. WWE Survivor Series War Games. Does this cure the shittiness that has been WWE Survivor Series for the last, 15 years outside of the one time where they invited NXT to be a part of it as a third brand
match? Yeah.
That I can remember. Yeah. Literally. I do not like Survivor Series. I don't know why. It's a part of the big four. It just didn't do it for me. So do you think this War Games match is going to be like, number one, is this something that stays, or is this just a quick pop?
I hope it stays. I do. I'm curious to see how they're going to make it work, because War Games matches are meant to be 4-on-4, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, either 4-on-4 or 5-on-5.
Yeah.
It's
a
lot of fucking people. I know they did it in NXT really well.
It gets a little messy when you get more than 4 or 5 in there. So I hope they keep it to 4-on-5 or 4-on-4, 5-on-5, one of those. I hope they keep it in that format. 4-on-4 I think is perfect.
Okay.
The one thing that they need to avoid, is they need to avoid how they book the women's match in there, because those matches are brutal. And they're not for the faint of heart. And I don't know if...
Okay.
God, I don't want to say this and sound like a sexist pig.
Oh, yeah. Bring it on, you sexist
but
pig.
I just don't...
You fascist.
I don't know. Well, I know the women have done Hell in the Cell matches, and they were good. I just don't know if the women that are on the roster right now can construct a War Games match.
I love it. That was an incredible caveat, because I was going to say NXT has done it before, but you said the women on the current roster. And I think you nailed it, because unfortunately they are not necessarily built, or like kind of with Naomi and Sasha still not in. They're not really constructed. Yeah, Becky's out. Charlotte's out. There's one of the 4 horsewomen that's on the roster right now. But she also has damage control. So those 3, if it's is it 5
I think it's
or the
4-on-4? Because the last NXT one was Tommaso, Johnny.
Well, with the women that you were talking about, it was Tegan Knox,
Kai,
it was Dakota Kai. Was it Bianca Belair and Rhea?
No, Rhea was in there. I don't think it was Bianca though.
Okay, if it wasn't Bianca, then it had to be, what was the other face?
Because the heels were Candice, Dakota Kai turned. Wasn't Shayna in on her team too?
Yes, it was Shayna. Maybe it was Shayna.
Was Rhea Ripley on her team? No, Asuka was Asuka was gone. Was it Kairi Sane?
I think it was Kairi Sane.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, because Kairi and them had it. Okay, so yeah, I think it is 4. So yeah, if it's 4 right now, damage control.
Well, you got Bailey's booty, so there's your +1.
Bailey's booty. That sounds like fucking Darren's dance grooves. Bailey's booty. Exercises. Glutes. Yeah, I like that. That would be 4 faces that could pull off this match. Honestly, I don't think. Look, Shayna.
I don't think Alexa Bliss could pull this off, or Liv Morgan. I think Bianca could do a hell of a job with it. I think Asuka could do a great job with it. But other than that, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very slim. I think they would probably put Raquel Rodriguez back in
she
it.
Could, yeah.
For whatever reason. I don't. Honestly, I think she's got to be careful because that elbow she does, I've seen her land on some people's faces. It's just one of those moves that you got to be a little bit more precise with. But I mean, I think he would be a good addition on the face team. And then, so if you have them two, I want to say my girl Shotzi, but I'm just not sure. Like, because she hasn't been on TV for a while, so it's just hard to say.
It's hard.
But yo, it's E-Ray, the quasi bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the side god of pod, and I'm here to tell y'all, come check out my show, Binge Flicks and Chill. You never know what you're gonna get, but we always talking some good shit when it comes to television and the latest movies. So we want to bring y'all in. We want to make sure you have a good time. You learn something, you laugh, you cry, you might stab a nigga or two. I don't know what you're gonna get, but that shit is popping. So come check out Binge Flicks and Chill. And it's me, E-Ray, and I'm out. Yeah. So women, kind of tough. Men, on the other hand, who would you think they would go with? Because I don't think the bloodline is going to be.
Oh, I was gonna say it's got to be the bloodline. I thought, and then I thought, minus Roman, yes, yeah, and then I thought, maybe they could get them versus the Braun Brutes because they're really hot right now. But you gotta, it's so hot,
hot right now.
But yeah, the other thing you got to worry about is Rich Holland. He may break multiple necks in that match. Literally.
So.
You could do that. You could do the Profits with two other people against the Bloodline. Obviously you could do the Profits and Kevin Owens versus, Usos, Sami Zayn, and Solo, and then you could throw Johnny Gargano in there because him and KO.
That would be dope. I would really like to see those four.
Yeah, and then you could have the Usos turn on Sammy and KO, kind of run it back, and
I like it. So yeah, but I agree with you. I think that would this really makes Survivor Series intriguing. I have been very big on saying how much I dislike Survivor Series as of late. As the last, 15 years, besides the NXT version, because I thought that was really something special. But other than that, I hate brand supremacy. I hate when they like, oh, let's wear the red and the blue shirts, Bloods versus Crips. Right? I'll say that. Was it the Sharks versus the whatever's fucking was that fucking West Side Story? Raw versus SmackDown.
We're just gonna have a dance off and a sing off and everything, and not my cup of tea. So I'd love that. But moving on to the new rebrand, the rebrand, NXT. Just NXT. Got rid of the 2.0. So this is the third iteration, 3.0. NXT 3.0, maybe. We got a few things happening here. Let's talk about the main thing, kind of the fallout from last week. Solo Sikoa took the belt off of Melo, and this week immediately they announced that because he was not voted by the people, he will be stripped of the championship. But Melo doesn't automatically get it back. It's now going to be a 5-man ladder match or some shit at Halloween Havoc. And they're doing a tournament. Melo's automatically qualified, but now they're having matches to get there. What do you think about that decision? I don't understand it. It's one of the few things they've done in NXT 2.0, I guess, well, now just regular NXT, that I really don't understand why they had Solo do it. I mean, I thought it was cool that he was on SmackDown, but also had an NXT title. And, Solo just kind of does what Solo wants. He wants to put the strap on, wants to defend the strap on Friday night. That's cool. I'm going to fight you. You want it on Wednesday night? Cool. I'll show up.
He actually defended it against Madcap Moss on Friday, which for the first time ever that title ever being defended on SmackDown, which was cool.
Old Black Trunks himself. Yeah.
Others.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, why did they strip that man of like all the things that made him like interesting? Now he just comes out like whatever. Like jobber number 6, like generic guy, like when you first start making your WWE
that's Madcap Moss, but I just didn't understand it. I just thought he was just I thought that was cool that he was a champion but on another show and just showing up and just anybody wants some hands, he's just back in catering. People are done and he's like, anybody want some hands? And R-Truth's like, I just want some dessert, homie, like I don't want to fight.
He's like, hands. I like finger food. And then I was love that. Other than that though, we had the return or the rebooting of
Dragunov. Oh yeah,
Toxic Attraction, and Lamanda getting her thing off. Lamanda Rosè, as Dub likes to say. Shout out to Dub. Maybe he'll be alive next week. But they had them going back and forth, like they were about to reclaim their former glory. Loved that. I did think that they were like, hey, we're gonna take those belts from that TikTok tag team. Loved that. I appreciated that. And Lamanda Rose was like, look, Miko Satomura, whoever else you put in front of me, I'm her. And I was like, you are. Love her. I'm a big fan of Lamanda Rose. She's made that woman's title, feel important, even though she's not like the greatest in-ring wrestler, but she knows how to pick her spots and make them fun and look good. So I love all of that. Also, I don't know if you've kind of thought about it or not, or if you put any stake into it, but like the women's picture, like all the women that they have, it's not bad. They got again, what's my girl name? Roxanne Perez.
Roxy.
Love her. Big fan. Yeah. Wendy Chu. Huge Wendy Chu guy. Chu. Love it. Cora Jade. She's
Fallon Henley. Who's
Fallon
the little
Henley.
Firecracker with Chase U? What's her name?
Forgot.
Jailbait. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's her.
I'm 17. Yep, I don't care. Not gonna even look at
Ivy
you.
Dial.
You exist. You're a red shirt. Ivy Dial and
Lion's Den. Nikita. Yeah, we're moving on
so,
from her. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's interesting too. By the way, like they're making them a thing still because they're both healthy now, and I guess they're going for the title. Interesting. But with that said, you mentioned Diamond Mine, so it looks like the Diamond Mine has pretty much imploded. All that's left is the Creed brothers, and it's the Creeds, and they've been feuding with their members. Roddy's in the hospital. He's been beaten to a pulp, of course. Now this one is actually Dub and BA, if you're out there listening. This is definitely qualified as NXT parking lot material. He got his ass beaten to a pulp, and we find out that it was the other and the newest Diamond Mine member that did it. I don't love it. I was like, this guy, it doesn't have any heat for me. It's not. It's like, why? But it's just kind of there. So I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it.
Super bland. But I love the Creed brothers.
They're incredible athletes. They're really, really fun to watch. They kind of remind me of Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas a little. So
mixed with the Steiners.
Yeah.
I really enjoy them. So I think they're going to be something important, but I just don't care about that. I love Pretty Deadly. Like, I think they have great potential on the main roster. They feel so like, and Dub disagrees. He thinks that gimmick won't translate. I think that is made for the main roster because it's just like it's so annoying and like ambiguously odd that people will automatically just despise it. And I was like, I'm here for it. I love it, and I think they'll get instant heel.
They're gonna get the same
and
heel
honestly,
heat that Alpha Academy gets, but the only reason they're gonna get that heat is because people don't understand their gimmick and they dress funny and they talk funny, so they're gonna get that heel. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's easy, but it's kind of the heat that I would say maximum male models.
Exactly. Yes.
So I think they will get it naturally though. Because they're so good at being heels. Other than that, what else do we have getting prepared? We had the rematch for, well, not rematch, but the number one title picture or whatever you want to call it. We had a match between the Irish Ace JD McDonough and versus Tyler Bate.
Big strong boy who looks like he still dresses from H&M. Yeah.
Right. I was like, honestly, Tyler Bate has been wearing the same shirt for like 4 weeks straight now. And I'm like, this dude looks like the Zen Garden guy that just you highlight. Hello, my name is Hans and France, and we're going to do the swan pose. Like, he just comes in there and just I'm going to correct your posture, and like crushes your spine.
He's the guy from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He's Kristen Bell's new boyfriend. Yeah. Inside of you.
Inside of you.
That's a great
I love that movie, by the way.
Yes.
Great reference. That is one of my favorites. But yes, I think that Tyler Bate versus JD McDonough, fantastic match. Again, another surprise. That was surprising to me. The outcome. Do you think the right man won?
I honestly think that JD McDonough is going to be the guy that eventually takes that title off Braun.
Oof. I hope so too. Now, what a way! I didn't see it coming because I'm like, Tyler Bate just came into 2.0 and give him 2 losses. That's bold. I was like, he's not going to lose twice. McDonough, they already showed that they could dispense of him. And the way it ended with Braun the first time, I'm like, no way. They're gonna just re-up with Tyler Bate versus Braun. Be great time. But no, they went back to JD McDonough. So now I actually have hope to do what we always
book against Braun
and book somebody to take the belt off of Braun. You know what it is. You already know what time it is. That to me, I'm excited for the rematch. Is that happening?
I think so. Yes, I think.
Okay. Tell me. Answer the age-old question. Does JD McDonough finally take that belt off of Big Braun Breaker?
You mean the Breaker of Cora Jade? Yes. Yes. Alex, the answer is what is yes? Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I eventually think I think he does, because eventually they need to give someone else in that roster or on NXT 2.0 the belt to see if they can work the hard cameras, to see if they can do the promos in front of the people, to see how they how people react to them, because Braun Breaker's held that title for almost a year now. Is that right? Yeah. I mean,
it's been a year of NXT 2.0, so just under a year, because
that's right.
Tommaso Ciampa had it.
But it's just like, let's do something else with Braun. There's got to be something else.
Yes,
you can do something else with Braun. You can make him come back and be mega heel Braun, and just but something else has got to be done. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the corny entrances, the barking. I mean, that's cool because
you didn't like when he walked the Connor's Cure kid down and was like, "Look at the heart camera, bro," and he yelled at the child that's already going through one of the hardest battles of his life. You didn't like that?
I'm just like, dude, I'm just done with you, Braun. Like, just give anyone the title except Braun. Anybody but you, Braun. Anybody. Give what's his name? Get Braun Strowman's tag team partner back. Your little 10-year-old kid.
Yeah. I don't
Give,
remember his name. I was about to lie.
Yeah.
Matthew, I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck that kid. He doesn't deserve to be tag team. That's in the annals of WWE history somewhere that Braun Strowman won with some random 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Hate that. But absolutely, I agree with you. This is just a grief fest. I talk about A-Dub and BA all the time, agreeing too much. We're just on the same page. So fuck it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a fucking hypocrite. Guess what? What do you expect? I do it
next
all
week
the
you
time.
may hate my fucking guts. I'm okay with it. Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna try.
That's
I'm gonna attempt to.
That's fine. I'm okay
absolutely.
with it.
But this week we're on the same page. So and honestly, it's hard to be disagreeable about.
Yeah, exactly.
Bron Breakker.
I'm done with it.
Every time he's fought anyone, I'm like, I want them to take the belt. I went crazy when I was at Stand and Deliver and Dolph took that belt off of him. I went insane. Like the crowd was like, I was like, yes, I'm so happy. I was super ecstatic. So hey, it is what it is. And JD McDonough, his fucking finisher is incredible. I want to go play WWE 2K22, which I haven't even played since I probably bought the game, just to play with JD McDonough and do that move. It's such a great, like a ripcord side Saito suplex. Fucking incredible, and it looked great on hitting Tyler Bate with him. Him and Tyler Bate again. We kind of breezed over that. That match was amazing.
Really good. It was probably my favorite match of the week.
I probably would agree. It was perfectly paced, and it had a lot of the AEW in-ring shit, but with the WWE feel of bigness. It felt massive. Like, oh my gosh, this could go either way. It's a big fight feel. So I loved it. I thought that was one of my favorite matches. Probably besides the main event in AEW Grand Slam. So I want to say I'm hoping JD McDonough takes. I could see him having an incredible title reign if they book it right. I think again, from the shit that they've done with NXT 2.0 to now this new iteration of NXT moving forward, I think the only misstep thus far has been the continued strong booking of Braun, as well as that weird North American Championship debacle. They should have either left it on Solo or had left it on Solo, gave it back to Mello, or had him just do a rematch. Make it simple. I don't want to see who's the guy. Fucking kid,
God.
the
math guy,
the mathematician.
I don't have time to do math when I'm watching wrestling.
If his math was so good, how does he keep getting power slammed? Geometry ain't helping your bitch ass no more.
I could just imagine someone power bombing him. What's the square root of that, bitch? Just
that's what I think every time I see. I was like, this is dead on arrival. This is whack, because every time I see him do anything and he get caught by a move, I'm like, your calculations were incorrect. That's all I think about every time. I was like, what is he even thinking about? He's like, the isosceles of a 32-degree triangle is, oh God, and he gets put in that
wrong,
hole.
Sheldon Cooper.
Apparently, and what's the guy that he won against?
Nathan Frazier, the guy who's never won a match in NXT.
Yes. And Nathan Frazier doesn't excite me, but I do like his in-ring work. But him as a character, they've done nothing with him to make him important. So Mello versus him, I want to say Wes Lee is going to be in that match more than likely. I feel like your favorite Grayson Waller is probably going to be in that match more than likely. And then we got two more people. Book those out.
Didn't what's his name already qualify for it? The guy from Chase U? Bodie?
I
thought he did.
No, I think they just had a match.
So there's 2 spots left. I could see Big Strong Boy getting one of those spots, you know, because since he's out of the world title picture, put him in there.
That would be 3 months in a row. Because unless you think he's gonna win.
Yeah, well, that too. And then the other one,
do you book him to win if he's in there? If Tyler Bates in there, do you book him to win?
Yes, I think you have to, because he's held a title outside of NXT. Well, it was NXT Europe, Dub's favorite show. Yeah,
I know, right?
The other one I can see happening, and this may come to a shocker, but they could put Trick Williams in there, and Trick will cost Mello, and that's how you break them up.
Oh, I'm not mad at that. Damn it, Jmoe, you are making too much sense. Why? Who is this guy? Like, this like Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Did somebody just take the Jmoe that everybody loves to hate and replace him with somebody sensible that makes intelligible takes? What the fuck is going on here?
It's probably got to be The Office.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah,
simpatico.
Yeah.
I get it. Well, hey, guys, since we're agreeing so much, tune in next time for another episode of Shot of E&J. Oh yeah. Right. and then right. So happy that you can't see the video for that one. Yeah, because if we're ever two wild, crazy single guys ever in life, that's going to be our dating show for VH1. It's going to be like a shot of E&J, and we're going to sit there and like pick the women for each other, and then go out on random dates and eliminate them, like Flavor of Love, Chance, and what was his brother's name?
Yeah,
on the show. Yeah,
that's
what we'll do. That'd be fun.
Rock of
Love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Britannia. Yeah. I know you're out there.
Tequila. What's up, girl?
All that. Yes. But I got nothing left. I think this is a exciting week of wrestling. That of course this White Rabbit stuff will coming up. We're gonna try to live tweet some stuff. Grand Slam 2.0 is coming up. Part 2. We're gonna go ahead and recap that next week. But other than that, I think we can get out of here. Sorry that we're missing half our team, but I think we held it down.
We did a pretty good job. I just got word that Dub is actually suffering from toxic attraction.
He overdosed on Lamanda Rosè.
And BA, his kids did not beat him up. You reported that wrong. He actually got a bad massage. He went into a place to get a massage in Cleveland, and they thought
he quantum leaped into,
and they thought he was someone else.
Deshaun Watson.
He got his ass beat by 3 Chinese chicks.
Yeah.
Yes.
He quantum leaped inside of Deshaun Watson, and that Deshaun is innocent. It was actually BA that was like, "Bring on the
he called him
happy.
Bring on the horse. Bring him on.
Bring on the horse."
So I understand why you thought they were kids, because they were 3 Chinese women on each other's shoulders to make one. But yeah, that's how it happened. Yes.
Were they wearing a trench coat, and it was like one. And hey, like this is the tallest one woman I've ever seen. And then some legs came out.
And they go, "We are the horse of the breasts look weird." Road. Okay, sorry.
Too far. But, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, this has been another episode of Let Me Book the Territory. Jmoe, let them know where they can find you at when you're not doing great content here, apparently. That he just switched his whole attitude.
So you can find me tweeting stupid shit or posting stupid shit of pictures of whatever I feel like posting on Instagram and Twitter at Y2Jmoe. Yes.
Nice. And guys, you can find me, if you're not listening to me here, on Let Me Book. You can always hear me Saturdays at my other illustrious podcast, An Audible Ruckus, with producer Lowe and Smiles usually, and some of our other tag team in Auto Bros. We're always talking very good shit about the current events, and you may or may not hear some of my great movie takes on there, as well as some of my other more brash commentary. Also, Binge Flicks and Chill, my show about shows and movies and television, films. I am a TV and film aficionado. You can hear all of season 1 on the Inaudible Ruckus feed. Go buy yourself a shirt, Inaudible Ruckus /binge and chill. Great fucking merch. And then that season 2 should be out probably sometime this fall. I want to give us some time to really watch some really good movies and television and shit like that, and kind of bring a couple new spins to the same formula that we had. But other than that, as Dub says, to sweep me when you see me, and you'll never see me because I like hiding in my new home. It's beautiful. Other than that, guys, this has been another episode, and we're out. Let the madness wash over you. Oh, yeah. Explosions! Snap to a Slim Jim. Great.